At Anga, President Tinubu makes case for diplomacy in Africa to resolve African conflicts. The president acknowledges Nigerians' patience, points economic gains from reforms, placing Nigeria on sound footing for growth. Plus, federal government strategizes to boost large-scale production of sugarcane. Always a delight to have you join us for the news at 10 on NTA News 24, live from Abuja. I am Vivian Ezadifi. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has appealed to African Union to strengthen diplomacy as the primary and most effective means of conflict resolution on the African continent. President Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, made the appeal during a meeting of the African Union Peace and Security Council at the level of heads of states and government held on the margins of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports. We'll bring you the reports in our subsequent bulletin. Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has commended the national statement delivered at the 80th United Nations General Assembly by Vice President Kashim Shettima on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing it as bold and inclusive, deeply rooted in Africans' realities. The minister, in a statement, says the address struck the right balance between national priorities and regional obligations, while positioning Nigeria as a strong advocate, calling for UN reform, fair economic structures, and shared responsibility for peace and security in Africa, particularly West Africa, aligning with the continent's aspirations. Yusuf Tuga adds that Nigeria's enduring role in peacekeeping demonstrates the country's dual position as both a guarantor of peace for others and a defender of peace at home. The foreign minister further says it reminded the world that no country is safe until all are safe, and no region can prosper unless all its people are included. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has once more acknowledged the patience and perseverance of Nigerians through the reforms, which he says has placed the country's economy on a sound footing for prosperity. The president spoke as he graced the coronation of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Ladoja. State House correspondent Musba Mohab has more.
Makbo Hall would add to the depth of history in its custody. The historic hall that has seen rows of several Olubado since pre-independence welcomes the #1 citizen as he leads dignitaries to witness the coronation of Oba Rashidi Adewolu Oladoja, ascending the throne of his forebearers. Sitting and former governors, members of the National Assembly, and traditional rulers from across the country also honored one of their own as the former governor and senator climaxed its preeminent status as the 44th Olubado of Ibadan land.
I so present.
Oba Ladoja thanked President Bola Tinubu for the honor of witnessing his big day, while promising to dedicate himself to the service and development of Ibadan land as he canvassed the creation of Ibadan State.
gbogbo agbára ń bẹ ní àti sáà mọ́ torí pé kò sí ìrìn àti ibi tó ń wá mọ́ kí n máa sàn àwọn alábàdàn kí n máa sàn àwọn alákùnrin Ọ̀yọ́ kí n máa sàn àwọn gbogbo níbi tí Yorùbá bá wà kí n máa sàn wọ́n. All challenges associated with Ibadan traditional institution is now over and behind us.
Congratulating the new monarch, President Tinubu recounted their journey together through the political landscape, attesting to the remarkable qualities of the king.
If I start to recall the moment in the Senate and the struggle that we had together, you as the governor, the issue of the impeachment, your comeback story, your perseverance, your resilience, your determination, your reliability, it's impeccable. Kabiyesi, Abiyampelu.
And to the indigenous and residents of Ibadan, the president appreciated them for their support all the way, as well as their resilience through the initial hardship occasioned by his reforms. But now, he assures once again that the darkest moment of the economy is over.
There is a bright light at the end of the tunnel. Your suffering is a pain of a painful surgery. But it's now returned to the moment of growth and prosperity is awaiting us ahead. Thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for your endurance. Thank you for your understanding.
Oba Rashidi Adewolu Oladoja, an accomplished businessman and politician born in 1944, becomes the 44th Olubado following the demise of Oba Orolabi Olakunlehi 2 months ago. President Bola Tinubu is now in Lagos on official visits. Musbah Wahab, NC News.
Activities commemorating Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary have commenced with a special Jumat prayer where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu represented reassured citizens that the country is in a steady move to the desired development. Saliu Abdullahi Banara reports.
A strong spiritual solidarity for the most populous black nation in the world, seeking more blessings from Almighty Allah for more prosperous years ahead. The 2 rakat prayers led by the Imam, Professor Khalid Abubakar, ignited the spirit of worshippers who were led to offer special prayers for leaders and sustain the nation's prosperity as a united nation.
To the leadership of this country, from the president to his ministers, our governors, and all those in whose hands Allah, whom we have entrusted responsibilities, Allah support them, Allah help them, Allah guide them aright.
For all of us, and this is the theme of this year's anniversary, that all hands should be on deck for the progress and for the development of our dear nation.
President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says Nigeria at 65 is a worthwhile celebration in view of the uniqueness of governance within the last few years.
The president is asking all Nigerians to forget about whatever differences that there are. Differences will always be there. But there is the message of hope, message of unity, message of togetherness that all of us need to imbibe so that all of us can come together towards the progress and the prosperity that Mr. President has promised Nigerians when he took office. Alhamdulillah, after the second year of Mr. President in office, we have witnessed significant growth in our economy, significant improvement in our security, significant improvement in agriculture and other spheres. The challenges remain, But what is important, as the President always says, is that we are on a march towards that sustainable prosperity that he has promised us.
Pray for the citizens of Nigeria, and also to advise them to still be tolerant in some of the policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and they've started working.
This is also the moment to pray for our leaders, for Almighty Allah to guide them aright, for all of us to live in peace, and to development and tranquility with each other, to understand each other, to respect each other, and to move forward.
Well, on a day like this, when Nigeria is celebrating its 65th anniversary, many believe Nigeria is indeed on a steady move towards sustainable progress. And sustaining this required spiritual upliftment. And this they need to do by coming together to uplift their spiritual endowment towards sustaining the peaceful coexistence among Nigerians, irrespective of their religion, tribe, or political affiliation. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission, NCPC, Bishop Stephen Adebite, has enjoined the intending Christian pilgrims to Israel and Jordan, comprising Imo and Adamawa states, to uphold President Bola Tinubu, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, as well as the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, in prayer while in the Holy Land. He made this while addressing the departing intending Christian pilgrims on the Pilgrims Terminal of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, while the third batch of intending Christian pilgrims landed safely at the Queen Alia International Airport, Amman, Jordan, to begin their 10 days pilgrimage program in Jordan and Israel. I will now take you to our earlier program on 80th Hunger, where Vice President Kashim Shettima urges AU to renew focus on diplomacy. The report.
Acknowledging the role played by the EU's peace support operations, a unit designed to maintain, monitor, and build peace in Africa through peacekeeping and peace enforcement missions.
Our continent must continue to maintain a blend of military.
Vice President Kashim Shettima noted that with the current UN administration and growing interest by traditional partners in conflict outside the African continent, it was becoming increasingly difficult for countries to bear the cost of peace support operations on the continent. Urging the Council to ensure that the concept of future peace operations, particularly those mandated by the UN, includes diplomatic and political strategies that ultimately address the root causes of conflict.
We also urge the Council to ensure that the exit strategies of future AU PSOs include elements that ensure that national and local institutions can effectively anticipate and manage shocks and relapse multipliers.
It also provides countries a unique opportunity to strengthen their national compact in search for common grounds as they endeavor to build more peaceful, stable, and prosperous societies for all other people.
Countries that ratify the CRC and regional instruments.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has identified education as the public investment with the highest returns, saying every additional year in the school increases lifetime earnings and reduces the risks of fragility and conflict. He stated this during a high-level event organized by the Permanent Mission of Italy and Nigeria, along with global partners for education, on the margins of the ongoing 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. The event was hosted to discuss the opportunities that investing in quality education presents to the world.
Education is a high-return public investment. Every additional year of schooling increases lifetime earnings and reduces the risk of fragility and conflict. Well-targeted education financing addresses the root causes of instability, from extreme poverty to youth unemployment.
A quality education is not only their fundamental right, but also the key to unlocking their potential. Yet, as we speak, more than 270 million children and youth are out of school.
In In 2024, the Global Partnership for Education approved $1.2 billion in new grants and mobilized more than $1.5 billion in co-financing, evidence that the partnership's model works when it is funded and prioritized, as Nigeria is expanding early childhood access, improving teacher training, and investing in marginalized regions. From New York, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
Meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
As we approach the 2027 general elections, the voice matters. Join us at the Electoral Reforms Town Hall this Saturday and every last Saturday of the month on NTA News 24 at 8 to 9 p.m., where citizens, policymakers, and stakeholders come together to shape a stronger democracy. Let's discuss transparency, fairness, and the future of our elections. Don't just watch change happen. Be part of it. Engage through our various social media platforms. Electoral Reforms Town Hall, building trust, strengthening democracy, securing the future. Every last Saturday of the month on NTA News 24 at 8 to 9 p.m. Join us.
Glad to have you back. From passports to custodial centers, fire response to community security, Nigerians feel the impact of the Ministry of Interior every day. Now, 16 deputy chiefs across its 4 agencies have been elevated in Abuja, with a firm charge from the minister to prove themselves worthy. Victor Azu reports.
Passport delays, overcrowded custodial centers, fire emergencies and community security are challenges millions of Nigerians live with daily. To strengthen leadership and improve service delivery, the Ministry of Interior has appointed 16 deputy chiefs across immigration, corrections, fire and civil defense, plugging strategic gaps in the services. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunjojo, who performed the decoration, told them that higher rank must mean higher responsibility.
This government increased the salaries. This government introduced your peculiar allowance. And this government eradicated career stagnation in services. And for the newly appointed DCGs, Nigeria deserves your all.
Among the officers is Saidu Bashir Daura, now Deputy Controller General of Immigration, whose years in finance and accounts will be critical for efficiency and transparency in service delivery. For Daura and his colleagues, the moment is both an honor and a call to duty.
Getting a DCG is not a small task, and assuring the Nigerians, not only my friends or my colleagues, that I will live up to my expectation. I will work hard. I will be equal to a tax.
It gives you the impetus and the capacity to act even when the Controller General is not there as a representative of the Controller General and the Honorable Minister.
But beyond the ranks, Nigerians will be looking for impact, safer borders, more accountable custodial centers, quicker fire response, and stronger community protection. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
The 5-day Senegal exchange visit to Nigeria on nutrition-responsive budgeting experience has ended with a consensus by both countries to continue to improve nutrition policy framework, tagging methodology, system integration, and monitoring tools. Ibrahim Bello-Gunda reports that the technical session and visits to institutions provided a practical experience to the Senegalese delegation.
The visit reflects shared commitment to advancing nutrition financing by both countries, with first-hand experience of socio-cultural perspective to Nigeria's nutritional journey, with contributions from communities through traditional leaders. Declaring the exchange visit closed, Acting Permanent Secretary, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, said Nigeria and Senegal are shaping a regional model of nutrition intervention based on the principles of transparency, accountability, and impact.
Your coming has helped us also to see the areas where we can become better, and we expect that by the time we are coming to Senegal, we'll see that you have advanced forward very well.
Other speakers and the head of Senegalese delegation, Mamadou Niang, described their experience as privileged, especially the knowledge gained on budget tagging, tracking, transparency, and efficiency.
This kind of exchange program is one thing that, as a coordination ministry, we ought to be doing.
Over the last 6 years, a maternal and child nutrition package, so for mothers, for adolescent girls, pregnant women, and children, young children, have been delivered to their household. We've been supporting the government of Nigeria to facilitate nutrition programs. One of the biggest ones here we have is the support we're giving to the World Bank on UNRWA.
There was an exchange of gifts and presentation of certificates to the participants. Meanwhile, the advisory group review of national policy on food nutrition is meeting in Abuja to draft a new framework that will replace the current national policy on food and nutrition wrapping up this year.
New revised policy ensure that it's more inclusive and more resilient, and it's evidence-based and more flexible for implementation.
The meeting had civil society organizations, technical working group, academia, and partners in attendance. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello-Gunda, NTA News.
In order to bridge the gap between the theory and practice, as well as equipping students with the needed skills in research, the Department of Mass Communication, Nasarawa State University, KEFI, has engaged postgraduate students on a 2-day research workshop. Blessed Namfulani reports.
The workshop is aimed at strengthening research capacities of postgraduate students and equip them with the skills to excel in a fast-evolving world of communication and media studies. Facilitators at the event, mostly whom are media experts from within and outside Nasarawa State University, say exposing students with trends and media and research tool is key.
Given what is happening today globally, there are new trends in research, there are new innovations, so given that reason, we deem it fit to organize the workshop, taking them through the practical aspect, bringing experts who use tools to demonstrate what they should know. Nasarawa University is primed.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Here's a recap of our top stories. At Tonga, President Tinubu makes case for diplomacy in Africa to resolve African conflicts. The president acknowledges Nigerians' patience, points economic gains from reforms, placing Nigeria on sound footing for growth. Plus, federal government strategizes to boost large-scale production of sugarcane.
This is NTA News 24.
As Nigeria joins the international community in commemorating World Tourism Day, the group Afroculture has commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration for its significant steps towards revitalizing Nigeria's tourism sector. The group's CEO, Mr. Chuks Akamadu, in a statement highlighted the creation of the new Federal Ministry of Arts, Culture, Tourism, and Creative Economy as a foresighted move that underscores the government's recognition of tourism as a vital pathway to sustainable economic development. The statement noted that for too long, Nigeria had kept the tourism sector on the fringes of the national economy, failing to leverage its potential as a major revenue source and tool for economic diversification. Afroculture emphasized the vital role of tourism in generating investment, foreign exchange, and employment, stating that Nigeria cannot afford to miss out on a share of the global tourism revenue, estimated at 11 trillion naira. I beg your pardon, trillion naira. The group therefore called on the tourism industry leaders to brace for the challenges ahead and work collaboratively to optimize the new policy. And that's the news desk at 10 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. Do remember to join us again at the top of the hour for the news updates. I'm Vivian Izadifi. See you then.
Nigeria at 65, a continental giant takes another step forward, navigating the contradiction fueled by a colorful and resourcefully diverse populace, yet questions linger on the destination of state, propelled by the vagaries of nationhood. What is your contribution to this journey? Join the NTA and an eclectic mix of everything Nigerian, from the academic deans to the street kings, who will lend their voices on the platform that has always been a part of the journey. The NTA on October 1st, 2025.
Wells, folding letters and insightful information in Medicare and health technology. Join us live on NTA News 24 every Saturday at 4 p.m. as we delve into the current advancement in healthcare delivery in today's world. For sponsorship, participation, and inquiries, you can reach us on the following numbers: 0703-424-3412 or 0805-999-4444. Tune to NTA News 24 on YouTube, DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 26, Star Times channel 101 and 433, and Free TV channel 703. Keep a date with us, 4 p.m. Saturdays with repeat broadcast on 8:05 p.m. Mondays. Don't miss it.
As we approach the 2027 general elections, your voice matters. Join us at the Electoral Reforms Town Hall this Saturday and every last Saturday of the month on NTA News 24 at 8 to 9 p.m., where citizens, policymakers, and stakeholders come together to shape a stronger democracy. Let's discuss transparency, fairness, and the future of our elections. Don't just watch change happen. Be part of it. Engage through our various social media platforms. Electoral Reforms Town Hall, building trust, strengthening democracy, securing the future. Every last Saturday of the month on NTA News 24 at 8 to 9 p.m. Join us.
In a significant step towards safeguarding the health and well-being of Nigerian children, Nigeria embarks on a nationwide measles rubella vaccine rollout. This initiative aims to immunize millions of children against these highly contagious diseases, protecting them from serious complications and even death. Nigeria today will be exploring the importance of this vaccine rollout, the efforts being made to reach every child, and the impact it is expected to have on public health. Join us as we speak with healthcare experts to understand the significance of this initiative and